Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Attorney Salvador Panelo is questioning the validity of the arrest of former President Rodrigo Duterte last Tuesday. He raised concerns of sovereignty and jurisdiction and violations of due process. Attorney Panelo filed a petition with the Supreme Court on behalf of FPRRD's daughter Veronica Kitty Duterte that sought a writ of habeas corpus to compel authorities to bring her father back to the Philippines. Are these legal maneuvers a little... Let's start first with the arrest of former President Duterte. How do you feel about the manner in which the former president was arrested?
It's illegal because from the time he landed, he was arrested and he was not shown a warrant of arrest. And that's one omission, fatal omission. He was only shown a soft copy of the warrant of arrest, so-called, when he was at the Villamor Air Base. And then he was illegally detained. After several hours, he was plucked out from the dinner forcibly and brought to the plane. Practically, he was kidnapped and thrown out.
But is there kidnapping if he voluntarily
He did. Of course, he was not. He was against it. He was resisting, in fact. It was against his will.
Was he given the opportunity to at least get clothes? Because from my...
I arrived in Hong Kong, here from Hong Kong, mga 1:15. Dumiretso ako sa Villamor. Twice ako nag-attempt. Wala, talagang ayaw nila. Si isang abogado, Attorney Bello, nakaabang na sa airport. Hindi pinapasok. Yung senador, hindi pinapasok. Diba si Bongo? Yung anak, vice presidente, hindi rin pinapasok. This is worse than martial law. It's not, yung sinasabi ni Presidente, looming dictatorship, given the circumstances of what we are seeing now, that we are leading to dictatorship. Hindi lang leading. This is martial law. And this is worse than it. Because during our time, Karen, if you remember, kaming mga abogado, tayo, we could see our clients anytime, anywhere, any detention center, not this government.
So are you...
Isa lang siya doon.
And in this case, you know, our government keeps pointing to just the cooperation with Interpol, but who is really responsible for the way, the manner in the way the arrest was conducted?
Siyempre, hindi ang gobyerno. Ang Interpol has no authority to make arrests.
Was there someone from Interpol there?
I don't know. Paano nga natin malalaman Hindi nga kami makapasok. Tayo muna. Let's begin from the very beginning. Unang-una, walang jurisdiction ng ICC. So sinasabi nila, the Interpol, ang parang enforcement agency, which is wrong. Kasi yung Interpol, ang kanyang trabaho lang ay to facilitate the arrest ng isang tao. Kasi they're all over the world. So pag merong gustong ipa-aresto, sila magsasabi, nandito. But, by itself, it cannot do anything. It has to request. So ano nangyari dyan? ICC requested Interpol to effect the arrest. But it cannot do that by itself. So, Interpol requested the government to do it.
And that's fundamental in sovereignty, the principle of sovereignty.
Yan ang sinasabi nga ng gobyerno. And ni-request kami, excuse me, ICC has no jurisdiction. Authorizing an agent, are you telling me that the agent has more authority than the principle that has no jurisdiction? Mali sila doon. Kaya nga nag-request Pag nag-request, you can deny it, decline.
And there's something that I want to understand here. There was a warrant of arrest issued by the ICC, but yes, we have withdrawn from the ICC, so they have no authority to enter the Philippines without the cooperation of the Philippine government. But also there's a red notice of the Interpol. But what is the nature of a red notice?
Sinabi ko kanina, red notice is to request this government na kung pwede tulungan sila na i-arresto ito kasi may request itong ICC sa kanila. Yung nagre-request nga, walang jurisdiction Pero, alam mo, we have to go back to the jurisdiction from the very beginning.
Yeah, actually, I want to talk about
one of the... Kasi yun ang unahin mo
yung principle of complementarity is the basis of jurisdiction.
Hindi lang yun. The basis of jurisdiction is whether this country of ours will allow any foreign country to come in.
Yes, and that
Alright.
goes into the principle of
Alright.
sovereignty.
And under this government, under this, in our country, as you know, you're a lawyer, before a law is or becomes effective, it has to see the light of the day. Meaning, it has to be published in the official gazette. Because people have the right to know exactly what are crimes that we will be committing that will put at risk to be being incarcerated. Kaya nga yung sinasabi ng Civil Code, no law will be enforced unless it is published in the official gazette. From the very beginning, sinasabi ni Presidente Duterte, wala kayong jurisdiction sa akin, sa amin. Kasi hindi naman lumabas sa official gazette. In fact, nung nag-meeting kami sa Malacanang, lahat kami abogado, lahat sila, si Duterte lang nagsabi na walang jurisdiction kasi hindi lumabas sa official gazette. Sabi ng mga abogado nun, Sir, may international treaty tayo eh. Na-ratify na Senado. Eh may jurisdiction sila, miyembro tayo. Ako hindi ako umimik. Nung tumingin sa akin si Presidente, parang tinatanong niya sa akin, anong tingin mo? Sabi ko, yun ang mga problema nyo, na may jurisdiction, pwede mag-withdraw.
So yun yung
Kaya na
kanina.
yung nangyari yung withdrawal. Ako ang nag-advise noon. Ako rin ang gumawa ng memorandum na pinirmahan niya.
And then,
O ngayon,
Oo.
tingnan mo na. So, walang jurisdiction. Assuming na nagkaroon. Dahil nga,
well,
sinasabi nila.
yeah, that they
Na-ratify.
started
Nag-withdraw na nga eh. O so, paano magkakaroon ng jurisdiction?
Well, one of the provisions in the Rome Statute is when the matter was taken under consideration. So I know that's contentious and that will probably be part of the determination at The Hague whether there was really whether the matter was taken into consideration before we withdrew from the ICC.
Sinasabi nila, hindi, meron kayong obligasyon eh. In fact, sabi ng Supreme Court, ubiterdictum lang to ha. May residual obligation kasi sinasabi ng Rome Statute na pag nag-withdraw kayo at naumpisa na yung investigasyon, you are obligated to cooperate. Ay, teka muna. Unang-una nga, from the very start nga, wala kayong jurisdiction na hindi naman kayo na-enforce eh. O ipagpalagay na natin na meron kayong jurisdiction na dahil because of the treaty, nag-withdraw na kami. You're now saying na, hindi, under our statute, alam mo, binasa ko yung statute nila eh. Ang nakalagay doon, kung nag-start ang investigasyon, di ba? Eh ano ba, teka muna, anong investigation ba? Pag sinabi mong preliminary investigation, ang mangyayari dyan, pareho na natin, isa-summon mo, you have to respond, magkakaroon kayo ng due process na tinatawag. Yung sinasabi nilang nag-imbestiga ang umpisa, Karen, hindi yun yung preliminary investigation proper that is being contemplated under their own statute. Ano yun? That was a preliminary examination to determine whether or not it can come in under the principle of complementarity. Kaya, yun mo na tinignan nila. Natatanda mo, nagkaroon nga ng...
Back in September 8, 2022, the Philippine government had a submission to the ICC, and this was already under this current administration because this was in September 2022. And in paragraph 31, it said that the Philippine government has sufficiently established ongoing national proceedings with respect to alleged crimes committed throughout the Philippines between July 2016 and March 2019 in the context of the so-called War on Drugs campaign, warranting the continuous deferral to the state's investigation. So in this case, our own government at that time, September 2022, under this current administration, was asserting that they had ongoing investigations that would require the ICC to defer because under, again, as you said, complementarity, if we had a functioning judicial system, then the ICC can't come in. And then later on, March 2023, DOJ Secretary Boying Rimulya speech in the UN Human Rights Council wherein he declared that the Philippines has a fully functioning judicial system. And to quote him, he said, under the complementarity test, the ICC therefore has no jurisdiction over Filipino citizens whatsoever. So, what changed from that time? Because after this speech, there were even Quadcom hearings. So, kung meron tayong issue on complementarity, it seems like this current government has been consistent as well in asserting that we have a functioning judicial system.
Then suddenly, there's a reversal.
And then suddenly, they're the ones cooperating for the arrest. So, what is your take on this from the legal perspective?
Hindi legal. It's political from the very beginning. I've been saying, yung gobyerno, yung mga nandiyan ngayon sa kapangyarihan, they want to perpetuate themselves in power. The only stumbling block is BP Sara, who's the leading presidential candidate in 2028. And the one supporting him is the million following people, ang idol nila si Duterte. These two have to be eliminated. Kaya may impeachment, may criminal charges, and ngayon may ICC. Yan, ginagamit lang nila lahat yan para ma-eliminate mo yung walang legal dito, political lang. Kasi from the very beginning, alam mo, natatawa nga ako, yung mga sinasabing mga legal experts, kung ano-anong pinag-uusapan natin sa statute, wala nga jurisdiction eh. From the very beginning, ano pinag-uusapan natin? Yun ang pinaka-basic. Ang ICC walang jurisdiction. So lahat ng ginawa nito in relation to the Philippine government and the citizens ay lahat illegal. So wala ka nang pag-uusap. Illegal lahat yan. Fake eh.
Ngayong illegal po, ayan ang contention in court.
Sinasabi naman sa Korte Suprema, illegal po ang ginawa nila dito sa presidente. Halos kinidnap na nga ang ginawa nila eh. Kaya kung maaari lang po, under our rules, meron kayong kapangyarihan na orderin ng gobyerno na papuntahin dito ang presidente ngayon. Umalis na. Kaya sinasabi na, mutin academic na yan. Hindi po, hindi ako naniniwala mutin academic. Bakit? An illegal act committed by you or by this government follows it or you wherever you go. Sapagkat illegal yung ginawa mo kay Duterte, ang ginamit mo pang aeroplano, registered pa rito sa Pilipinas, o di ba jurisdiction pa rin. Yung kasama niya, mga pulis
ng Pilipinas.
O madaling sabi, palaging sumasama sa'yo yung maling ginawa mo. Kaya pag sinabi nila, ngayon ba, papatawagin ka ng Korte Suprema kasi may habeas corpus. Nasaan si Duterte? Sir, sorry, Your Honors, sinurrender na namin. Hindi na namin may babalik. Hindi. You created that act of surrendering. Your job is to bring him here. Regardless of what you're going to do, ikaw ang gumawa ng mali, i-correct mo yung mali mo yan. Wala kaming pakialam kung saan mo din. Dalhin mo sa amin yan. Yan ang sinasabi ko. Legal nga yung pag-aresto. Kasi palagi kang babalik sa jurisdiction ng ICC. Walang pakialam ang we are a free, independent country. We have our own sovereignty. Itong gobyerno, sa halip na bigyan ng proteksyon ng mamamayan, instead of protecting its own citizen, sinurrender pa. Diyos ko naman, wala naman jurisdiction. Ikaw na nga nagsasabi, no jurisdiction, we have a functioning, robust legal system. Tapos sinuko mo dahil lang nag-request. Ang isang walang may jurisdiction, ano ba yan?
And are they able to talk to former President Duterte?
Hindi ko siya nakausap kahapon. Nakausap ko siya when we filed the night before we filed Duterte. She had to go to the office.
Dun sa kausap niyo po kay Kitty kahapon, how is she? Are they able to talk to former President Duterte?
Hindi ko siya nakausap kahapon. Nakausap ko siya when we filed the night before we filed. Nung kinidnap na nga nila si Presidente Duterte, she had to go to the office to sign the petition. At dumating nga pati yung kanyang ina. At umiiyak sila. They narrated to us the harrowing experience they experienced. Halos nasaktan sila dun. Kasi nakita naman sa video, di ba? Nagkaroon ng scaffold. Kaya sabi nila, ang grabe.
Totoo po ba, President Duterte was supposed to undergo some
Yes.
medical procedures and paano po yun? Is the family worried about the health of
Now
the
that you
former
mention that, the government, the palace, is saying that it is not true that we did not give medical attention to the former president. Meron kaming doktor doon. Alam mo, yan ang hirap sa kanila eh. Ang tanong ko sa inyo, the man is sick. He was supposed to be brought to the hospital kahapon. Kaya siya dumating the day before. In fact, ang sumulubong sa kanya, may doktor. Nandun sa airport, merong ambulansya. May sakit yung tao. Tanong ko sa kanya, did you bring him to the hospital? No. The answer is no. Was he examined by a competent doctor in a hospital full of medical equipment? Kasi kailangan mo yan. Titingnan mo yung tao. Question, did you give him the prescribed medicine na kailangan niya? May maintenance.
Is the family worried about the health of
Now
the
that you
former
mentioned that, the government, the palace, is saying that it is not true that we did not give medical attention to the former president. Meron kaming doktor doon. Alam mo, yan ang hirap sa kanila eh. Ang tanong ko sa inyo, the man is sick. He was supposed to be brought to the hospital kahapon. Kaya siya dumating the day before. In fact, ang sumulubong sa kanya, may doktor. Nandun sa airport, merong ambulansya. May sakit yung tao. Tanong ko sa kanya, did you bring him to the hospital? No. The answer is no. Was he examined by a competent doctor in a hospital full of medical equipment? Kasi kailangan mo yan. Titingnan mo yung tao. Pwede ba yung mga pagganong-ganong ka lang, blood pressure? Hindi yun. Kailangan kompleto. Hindi rin. Another question. Did you give him the prescribed medicine na kailangan niya? May maintenance yan eh. Wala. O, paano mo sasabihin? Anong klaseng treatment ang ginawa niyo? Gusto niyo patayin yung tao. Gusto niyo i-eliminate talaga. Politically, legally, or physically.
Because sa atin naman,
Talaga. Ang posisyon ng gobyerno walang jurisdiction. And yet, pinayagan nila, in fact, hindi pinayagan lang. Sila mismo umaresto eh. Ng isang institusyon na sinasabi nila wala kayong jurisdiction sa amin. Ginagamit nila ang Interpol. Eh, ang Interpol pinakiusapan lang ng ICC. Eh, bakit susunod ka doon sa pinakiusapan ng sinasabi mong walang jurisdiction? The principle has no jurisdiction. Necessarily, if Interpol is an agent, it has no jurisdiction.
but when it comes to conducting an arrest in accordance with the Red Notice, which is a request to for an independent, like sovereign, to conduct an arrest on behalf of the Interpol, is there a process within the Philippines that should be followed? Should there be a warrant of arrest that should be issued by a court?
All right. Number one, you know this as a lawyer. Domestic laws prevail over international law and international agreement. Kasi ini-invoke nila na, hindi, may agreement tayo dyan sa Interpol. You are committed. Mali kayo dyan. Kasi bago ninyo ibigay ang isang tao, even under extradition law, you have to pass through judicial process. Mag-a-apply ka sa korte. Yung warrant of arrest mo, kailangan malaman ng local court kung valid ba yan. Ano ba yan? Kailangan bigyan mo rin ng pagkakataon yung dinidemanda mo, tatanggalin mo. Hindi nila ginawa lahat yun, kaya nga illegal. Yan ang sinasabi ko. Pag illegal yung institution, sa akin as far as I'm concerned, illegal silang institution as far as we are concerned in this country because wala nga kayong jurisdiction eh. So lahat ng ginagawa nyo, lahat yan ay illegal. Gawin pa nila kahit na sino, kahit itong gobyerno.
Sa hate, is your message to former President Duterte?
Alam mo ang problema dyan sa gusto ko man pumunta ron. Eh, ano naman gagawin ko doon? Ang mangyayari doon, mag-observe lang ako. At saka, yung moral support. Pero baka mas kailangan ako dito sa Pilipinas. This government is created by the Filipino people. The primary function of a government is to serve and to protect. If this government no longer protects and serves the interests of the Filipino people that created it, then this sovereign people has the right to what? Siyempre, kailangan palitan mo na yung gobyerno niya. Eh kayo ang naglukluk sa mga taong ito sa kapangyarihan at kayo rin ang may kapangyarihan na tanggalin sila. You are against what this government is doing peacefully, and that is your right. Ng Pilipinas, o ng sandatang lakas, na itong gobyerno ito ay wala nang suporta sa taong bayan. Talagay ko sila mismo sasabihin sa gobyerno, sorry po, mukhang wala nang suporta sa inyo taong bayan. Paano ba yan?
With the petition for habeas corpus.
No, good luck to this government, because what it is doing may be the start of its fall.